What is up, YouTube? It is May 2nd of 2024 and I am here in one of my local creeks this time in southeastern Pennsylvania, and we're just going to be doing a little bit of creek fishing this morning, fishing for whatever shows up. This creek was supposedly stocked about a week ago, but I never really had much success catching stock trout out of this creek, and it's connected to a public park, so chances are it was picked through pretty clean already. But we got here our standard ultralight rod, so we got the Ugly Stik Elite 6-foot medium light rod, the Shimano Sedona 2500 HG reel. On there we have 4-pound Leland S.O.S trout line, and then we have the Leland Trout Slayer. It's made by the same people who make the Trout Magnet, but it's in like a little crayfish imitation there. There's usually a fish or two in this stretch here, but it looks like some of the bank over here has been eroded away, which may have messed with the structure of the hole. But let's drop a cast down in there and find out. The bottom looks pretty featureless here, so it's not a good thing. Guess further upstream we go. Definitely gets pretty deep over there. It's probably the best hole so far. Just hope there's fish in it. Well guys, we got our first fish of the day here. It is a rock bass. It's not the bass we were after, but it's our first fish of the day, so we'll definitely take that. Pretty little fish. We're going to take a shot at this guy and then we're going to let him go. Alright, we're going to get our little rock bass unhooked here. My first rock bass of the year. Just a little guy, about a 4-incher or so. We're going to go ahead and let him back in the water. He's good to go. Came on the Trout Slayer. Let's get another cast out there. See if we can pick up another fish. Guys, we just hooked a trout. I do have my net with me. Get him in the net. Whew. That came as a bit of a shock. But that is a rainbow trout there. Oh my gosh. Let me get myself under control here. There we go. Sorry I wasn't filming. I pretty much gave up hope until I hooked into that fish. So let's take a quick shot of this guy and let's let him go, because he is feisty for sure. Alright guys, we just got a rainbow trout unhooked here. He's pretty feisty. We're gonna let him go back in the water. Oh, slipping a little bit. Alright, there he goes. Pretty nice stocked rainbow trout from this hole. Didn't expect to find that here. That fish came on the trusty gold Trout Magnet. I was just jigging in this deeper hole, expecting to find maybe another rock bass like we caught earlier, or perhaps a smallmouth bass. But nope, that is a stocked rainbow trout that we caught from this hole here. So we're gonna start jigging once more and see if there's any other fish in here. I didn't really feel the bite. The line just was getting tight, and reeled into a stock trout there. Pretty unexpected. Fishing has been unbelievably slow. I probably walked more than a mile up this creek now. Maybe not quite a mile, but it feels like a mile. And to get that fish is pretty rewarding, but Hopefully we can find one or two more. There's a fish. Look at that. Another rock bass like I just spoke about. There he is. Maybe going with a smaller profile like the Trout Magnet was the key. He's got a fat belly on him. Wonder if he's spawning or if he just ate. We're just gonna go ahead and toss him back in the water and he's good to go. So yeah, this will be the plan now, just tossing around the Trout Magnet. I'm trying to jig up these fish here. Tried tossing around some different profiles like the Trout Slayer that I caught the first rock bass on. And then I went to a micro crankbait trying to get some smallmouth. I switched to a jig, lost the jig, and now I settled upon the Trout Magnet, Old Faithful. Guys, I spotted a Golden Rainbow Trout here. I'm not expecting to catch this fish in broad daylight, but you never know. I think I may have spooked him. He's swimming around now. Yeah, he's moving all the way downstream. Well, knew that would happen. If he's around, there should be other trout around too. There's a fish. That's a behemoth rainbow. Behemoth rainbow. Oh my god. Yes! Look at the size of that trout, guys. Oh my goodness gracious. That has to be my 2D rainbow trout right there. Holy cow. Let's take a shot of this guy and then we're gonna let him go. That is a unit. Alright guys, look at the size of that rainbow trout there. Absolute gorgeous fish. I'm gonna go ahead and get the hook out of him. Alright, we got our trout unhooked here. Now we're gonna go ahead and revive him in the water. Make sure he got it. Oh, he is good to go. There he is. Beautiful fish. He's gonna swim another day. That is awesome. Whew. On the gold Trout Magnet, once again, that giant rainbow just came on. Bent the hook out a little bit, but who cares? Let's get to fishing. See if there's more fish in this spot. I doubt we'll top that catch today. That was crazy. Fishing was so slow, and then that just happened. Wow. What a day. What a day. That's why you don't give up. Things were slow. I could have easily just turned around and stopped fishing. But no. Kept on persevering and found that mammoth trout. Alright guys, I just tipped a worm onto my Trout Magnet here. We're gonna see if that puts any more interest into these fish. There you go, you might be able to see our turtle better now. He is right down there in front of us. Pretty big one too. I've been fishing this hole for quite some time now. There's 3 golden rainbow trout that I've seen in here. But so far all I've gotten is 2 of these rock bass. So we're gonna go ahead and let this guy go. Gave us a nice little splash there. We're gonna keep on casting our trout here. I saved a parking spot near here on Google Maps so I can return. Because I didn't know they put fish in up this far. I'm not really too familiar with the area. Here, guys, we got a fish on and another species for the day. This is a red breast sunfish, one of the more common species of sunfish you'll find in southeastern Pennsylvania creeks. That's a pretty one there. We're just going to go ahead and let this guy go. Looks like he's already got a piercing in his mouth from being caught before. There he is. Pretty little guy. He's good to go. I'm very far from where I started the morning at. So once it's time to leave, I'll be finding the nearest road and walking back to the park I started at. I walked up this way because I've caught trout out of this pool before, this whole stretch. It looks pretty stagnant, non-moving, not where you would expect to find a trout, but sometimes these holdovers pick some weird spots. And if there's deeper water, there's cooler spots for them and spots to avoid other predators. So I guess it's not a huge surprise that they would be found in here, but that was probably 2 years ago that I've caught them up this way, not longer than that, so who knows. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for today's video. I fished this stretch for a little while now and only got that red breast sunfish, so not much happening over here, but it is what it is. It started off as a very slow day, only catching a rock bass or two, but then out of an unexpected hole we found a little rainbow trout, and that gave me the will to carry on. And the next hole up from that, we ended up catching a behemoth rainbow trout. Not quite as big as they get, at least stocked. They get stocked bigger than that in certain areas, but a pretty good sized one, I will say. I don't know if it's my PB. It's probably close to my PB, but if it's not my PB, it's at least within the top 3 rainbow trout that I have caught so far in my fishing career. So that definitely made the trip worth it today. I walked up a little farther, scouted some other spots and saw a few more trout, but unfortunately couldn't get them to take the Trout Magnet. They're a little finicky this time of day when the sun is at its highest point in the sky. I've been fishing for 4.5, 5 hours, so it's been a long day. Haven't had lunch yet. I didn't bring any snacks in my bag, so pretty hungry. So we're going to start hiking back to civilization now, get back on the road and get home. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, feel free to drop a like and subscribe. It would be greatly appreciated. And I will be seeing you guys on the next episode of The Ville Outdoors.